Good evening, YouTube family. Welcome to another Two Family Homestead live stream. Woo!
Everything I've said has not been going out. It is now. Well, I'm trying to look through things over here, and okay.
So you have to start all over.
I have to start all over.
Yes.
All right, I will start all over, so nobody can hear my my
know we're here.
my bumbling going on here. Okay, never enough time. The apricot tiny house.
Just say Sherry.
Just say Sherry. Built on the Rock Homestead, Sweet Pea Farm, New York. Congratulations on your 1,000 subs. Half Acre Dreams, Sean in Alaska, Highland Homestead. Built on the Rock Homestead. Never enough time. Oh, let's see who else is in here. I think I saw Kilted Gardener way back there. I don't know, but if hello everybody. We'll just leave it at that. So you all like my my virus running across the room there with the night chasing them? Copper Kettle Farms, making lemonade from lemons. Geeky Gardens.
Oh, making lemonade from lemons also needs watch hours. She made 1,000.
Okay. So we're told here that making lemonade from lemons needs some watch hours. And Sweet Pea Farm.
So I put her link up there already.
Already needs some watch hours. Yes. Single Man, good evening. So wanted to get back into the editing. That's what started our Tuesday nights. More than anything else, the Tuesday Tech Show was started originally for doing video editing. Kind of wanted to get back into it because I keep getting questions about it, and obviously there's new people coming in, and sometimes people get new PCs and they upgrade their equipment and maybe get into something a little bit more detailed as far as what they want to do. And so one of the things I wanted to talk about tonight was green screens. And I'm assuming probably everybody here knows what a green screen is. Just a screen that's painted green, right? All right. Well, green screen is a common term used for I just saw that there was a disconnection and a reconnection.
Oh, yeah. I see that also. Okay.
So that's why I stopped. I saw there was a disconnection and a reconnection. So anyway, typically the color that is made transparent is green, but it can be any color at all. So, but just to illustrate a little bit, what I have here displayed in front of you is from Pixabay, and as you all should be aware, if you're not, I frequently talk about Pixabay, Pexels, and other sites that you can obtain free to use not only images but short video clips and things like that. Well, Pixabay's got they have 175 green screen videos in here. So I kind of wanted to just show you the page. But what I've done is I've actually downloaded a couple just to demonstrate. So let me jump on over into PowerDirector here, and let's just import a couple that let's see, what was the other one? I don't see it. It's here though. I guess I got too many things. Attention. Well, we'll do this one first, and I'll go look for the other one. Okay, so this is a green screen that has some prehistoric birds flying across. Say subscribe and like and share. And the way that this can be used is, in the background can be either a still picture, it can be a video file. So we're going to bring them down into the editor here. Let me make the picture as long as the video file. So if I turn this line off where the green screen is located, you just see the picture. It happens to be the thumbnail it was for tonight. So, but if I turn this back on, all you see is this video clip with the very, obviously you're not seeing through it. So if I go into edit this, we're going to use what's called Chroma keying to get rid of that green screen. And most editors will have some sort of a chroma key editing function. Some are much better than others. With PowerDirector, which is what I have here in front of you, I have an eyedropper here where I can just take it over and just select what color I want to make invisible. And pretty well, poof. As soon as I clicked on it, you saw it, you could see through it. Now you're seeing a little bit of green shadows around the red boxes here, but I can adjust the color range and pretty much get rid of those, so that now if I play this this clip, we have our little birds just flying across here, and you get to see what's in the background. Now, not all editors give you the ability to add multiple keys, but this one does. So let's just say that I want to eliminate the red here as well. So I'm just going to add a new key, and I'm going to click on the red. Let me stop that. I think I've brought too much red in. Yeah. There we go. That should look better. So as you can see, it's a neat way to add some effects to different things you might want to do. In a way, it's also called masking, because you're masking a color. Typically, if you think of masking, and let me shut the colors off here. Typically, if you think of masking, there are a lot of various shapes here you can use to poke a hole in the video or image that you are displaying. So we'll just go for an oval here, and you can instantly see the oval where it has poked a hole in it, and you can see the background. And I can change the size of that. Now, what this is, though, this is a stationary hole to see through. And as we play this video, you'll see one of the birds kind of fly across there. And again, some other things you do, you can invert the mask. We'll make it a little bit bigger this time, so that when you play it back, you can see them just kind of coming through on the front. But this masking is actually almost like a chroma key effect. The difference is the chroma key picks on one color, and this picks on an entire area. And that's kind of important, that it picks on an entire area. So let's just say okay here, and I'm going to remove this. Now I downloaded, I can find it here, There we go. I downloaded this short video clip of a butterfly. I'm going to expand this so you can see it a little better. Okay, so it's a it's a pretty short clip. I mean, it's what is the length of that? 30 seconds or something like that. Let me get a background all the way across. Yeah, it's 30 seconds. So here is here's a video clip that it has this butterfly spreading its wings, and I decided, you know, I'd like to have that butterfly sitting on my keyboard right here. So how would I go about doing that so that it's spreading its wings and sitting there on the keyboard looking at the monitor maybe? Well, one of the ways you can do that is what's called motion masking. So we're going to grab this clip and we're going to edit it in a program called PowerDirector, which is Cyberlink. It's kind of linked into this. And what we're going to do is we're going to get rid of all the rest of this and just keep the butterfly. And we're going to do this in a combination of repainting the picture and utilizing a chroma key or a green screen effect. So what I need to do is somehow paint what I don't want here some sort of color. I need to get some sort of common color so I can jumble it all together and get rid of it. So I'm going to, I'm on what's called regional adjustment tools. I'm going to lower the size of my brush here just a little bit. And I'm going to use the auto edge selection. Bring this over to my butterfly. I just simply click. And I'm going to move it around the butterfly. And I'm going to stop here so you can see what it's doing. You can see it's painting on the butterfly. Click here. To here. And we're going to just paint on the butterfly. Now, if I goofed, if I made a mistake, and I went outside the butterfly, I can erase that. I can come back over here with the eraser and just erase what I don't want. Okay. So I now have the butterfly painted. And what I'm going to do here is I'm going to click this automated motion tracking feature that they have here. And I can do this in two different ways. I can do the motion tracking where it does this automatically, or I can do this single frame at a time. Now, single frame at a time you can get very sharp, detailed items. The motion tracking, what it tries to do is it tries to follow this item that I have highlighted. And as it moves, it's going to continue to outline it, I guess is what I'm trying to say. It's going to continue to outline it. I'm going to feather the edges here just a little bit. But if I were doing this for a highly detailed piece, I'd probably go one frame at a time. But we're just going to go this way. You can see it's drawing a line around the butterfly. And right here, it actually lost the butterfly a little bit. So we're going to go ahead and just help it out here a little bit. And we'll keep going. Losing that little tip right there.
The outline's pretty.
Pardon?
The outline's pretty. Makes it stand out.
Okay, so now what I have is I have the butterfly painted, if you would. And as I play this back, you can see on some of the edges where it lost it. I can go back in, I can stop it in there frame by frame and touch those areas up. But I think you get the idea how this is doing this. But the problem is it's not the butterfly that I want painted, because that would be, I could eliminate the butterfly and that would just leave this background. That's not what I want. I want the butterfly. So I come over here and I just invert it. So now let's take a look and see what it looks like. Okay. I did see one spot back here that I do want to touch up here just a little. Right there. You can see, as far as I'm concerned, you can see too much green. right there. So we'll just paint that in a little bit here. Get a little bit of the wing exposed. And it certainly doesn't have to be perfect, but the better you make it, the smoother your image will be when we get it finished. But again, I don't want to sit here and bore everybody for 40 minutes while I go through this whole thing. So we've got the butterfly. Now what I need to do is I need to take this, I'm going to call it the muted background that I just created, because the painting that I did on it is semi-transparent, so you can see through it. But we're going to make it not so semi-transparent. So a couple different things you can do. Well, the contrast there didn't do a whole lot. Made it jump right back out. Let's just jump her right back. We'll reset that here in the middle. And let's come down and see where my colors are at. All right. If I look at my red, green, blue channels, I want to concentrate on the green area here. And I'm not caring for that. So we're going to reset it.
Looks like you got to get the lights better.
Yeah.
Can they do this in Adobe Premiere?
Adobe Premiere has the capability of doing this, yes. Okay, we're back where we started. Okay, I was just told I have to talk to you folks, and as I'm doing this, I get a little bit buried into the work, I guess. That's too dark.
Does Filmora have this capability?
Filmora does not have the capability to do motion masking, but it does have green screen. Go back. All right. One more time here. Here I tried to pick out someone on the easy side, and it's not cooperating with me.
Will video work in 3D Paint?
I can't answer that. I've not used 3D Paint. I know that's a Microsoft program, but I have not utilized it. All right. I think this is going to be good enough anyway for what we want to do here. All right. So I've now got the background of this butterfly, for the most part, one color. I mean, I can sit here and continue to fiddle with this and change the color graphs and bars and so forth and get it pretty darn good. But I think this is good enough where you'll get the idea. So we'll just click the back button now. And so what this has done is this has imported this back into PowerDirector with this background. So I'm just going to open it up in its editing program here and jump down to the Chroma key. And I'm just going to add a second key here, see if I can get rid of some of these red fragments over here. For the most part, I think that has them. And we'll say OK. Well, no, we're not going to say OK yet. Because what I want to do is I want to place my butterfly. So let's make it a little bit bigger, and let's sit the butterfly right down there on the keyboard. Now we'll say OK. And we'll make this bigger so you can see it, and we'll play it. And so that is how you create a moving mask to isolate a subject in a video that you can then overlay it on other pieces. Now it can go a little bit deeper than that as well. Let me do this. Let me get another add another track. And let's see what we have here. Okay, so what I have now is I have a raindrop background, which you can't see. I have my snapshot image, which you're looking at, that has a butterfly laying on top of it. But I'm going to go into my snapshot that we use for tonight's thumbnail. And I'm going to add a chroma key to it. Just to what's on the screen up here.
We like what you've done. That is cool.
So now, when you play this, you can see that I have a different background on the screen. Now I could go back to the beginning here. We'll take this back out. And let's see what I've got here. Okay. So I'll take this now and drop this in place. And I need to make this a little bit better. I'm going to have to add a couple more colors. And for this, let me get it twisted here a little. So now, when we play this, you can watch this playing on the monitor here in the background. So the green screen is nothing new. That's every time you watch a weatherman on television, or weather gal, or weather person, or weather people, and they're standing there, pointing at this, at the areas where, like over here in Timbuktu, and we got storms coming through this area. You see them. They're not even pointing at anything. They're looking at a monitor to see where their finger is at to figure out where they should be pointing, because there's nothing there. They're pointing at a green screen. And so it's, you have to have that ability to become a weatherman. You don't have to know what the weather's going to do, because you're never right. But you do have to have that ability. You can stand in front and point to areas. So what we got here?
PowerDirector only for PC.
PowerDirector is only for PC, yes.
Now, a teacher had to ask that, right?
Okay. Other programs that will work would be DaVinci. And DaVinci will work with a PC. It'll work with a Mac. It'll work on Linux.
That's true, Red. That's true.
Yes, absolutely. I think I kind of alluded to that. So does anybody have any questions about kind of what we did here tonight, just to get an idea of different things you can do? And obviously you can trade things out. If I don't want we can do this. And we'll just make this full screen again.
Jessica, we live in Ohio. What do you think?
Here, we'll make it a little bit bigger full screen. We'll just leave it at an angle. So now, if you play this, you've got the butterfly floating across the soundboard. And then, of course, you can and you can then obviously as well, you can change the font to whatever you have on your machine. Make it bold. We'll put a border around it here. We'll put a big border around it. And we'll give it a shadow too. But with a black background, let's make it a green shadow. We'll fill that in. And that's what I have on my hand here. There we go.
Brittany just wants to order pizza.
Okay. Just okay. And we'll stretch this out just a little bit here. So hopefully you can take a couple ideas from what we showed you here. Whatever editing program you're using, find out if it has Chroma key in it and just experiment. The motion tracking, that's another whole step. That's you can get into some real detailed editing at that point, where you may have to start going frame by frame and figure out if you are producing your movie at 30 frames a second, that means 30 frames for every second. If it's 5 minutes long, you're going to go through a lot of work to edit that on a frame by frame basis. But you can do it. It can be done. Typically what you do is you'd use some sort of automation like what I showed you, and then just go back through and pick out the really, really bad areas. There are a couple areas here that are not so great that we kind of left in here.
Do you ever have issues with PowerDirector freezing up?
No. Yeah, right. Right through here, someplace I saw it. Yeah. You can see some of the green here that I didn't go in and clean up. So that's pretty much how you do it. All right, let's talk a little bit about hardware. I mean, it's one thing to go buy a program or to sit down and try to edit. But another big part of that is the hardware you're going to do it on. I would, if you have a Chromebook, everything I've shown you here tonight, there may be some lightweight Chroma key stuff available, but as far as any type of motion tracking or stuff like that, Chromebook just is not going to cut it. They just don't have the horsepower. Now you can do. Let's go a step further. You will hear a lot of people talk about Apple's Macintosh machines, and keep this in mind. An Apple machine is very, very proprietary. In other words, if you buy a Mac, you can't just go out. There's no direct upgrade path. There's no anything. It's well, go out and buy another new machine. And they're expensive. Now, we got into a discussion on that here a couple weeks ago, I guess, but a top-of-the-line MacBook computer or Macintosh computer, you're looking anywhere from $4,000 to $6,000. So yeah, it better damn well work very, very well. Because for that kind of money, you can buy just simply an outstanding PC. But the Macs are very good from the standpoint they are in control of everything, right down to the keys, to the keyboard. When you buy a MacBook, they made it. It's not like with Windows where you're buying an operating system and you're buying hardware that's made by Dell, hardware that's made by the guy down the street, hardware that's made somewhere in China and someplace in Singapore and someplace in Japan. And so I guess what I'm saying is it's a very, very tight bundle. And that's one reason people always said, well, you have less problems with the Mac. Well, they're in control of everything. Whereas the Windows operating system was never designed to be that way. It was designed to be all-inclusive. Let's get everybody involved that we can, and different people can make the hardware. And you can build a computer to the power that you want it built. If you want to do video editing, I would plan on spending a minimum to have a good setup, to have a decent power setup, $1,000 on a laptop or $700 or $800 on a desktop. And that's just the cost of doing business. Let's see, Sonny's Place here has a MacBook Pro. Quebec Homestead, a lot of times a used gaming PC will do very well. And I can tell you that a lot of the editing programs will heavily make the use of your GPUs, your graphical interface cards. So if you've got an NVIDIA card or something like that, there's a lot to be said for a high-end graphical card. I'd say you want to have at least 12 gig of memory and a graphical card that's got at least 6. And then at that point, it's kind of the more the merrier. But there's a lot of gaming PCs that will do an excellent job, and a lot of times you can pick up a gaming PC that maybe it doesn't run the latest greatest games so well anymore, but it'd still be an excellent PC to utilize for editing videos. Another big thing is monitor. I have 2 24s and a 27-inch monitor here in front of me that I'm looking at when we do these shows. It's just a world of difference trying to edit something on a monitor of that size versus, say, a tablet or, God forbid, a phone. I don't know how you folks do phones. Brenda.
Just spit all over my monitor. God, I just lost our screen. So I get that touch screen.
Oh. My goodness. Well, anyway. So, has anybody got any questions?
Yeah, we all want to meet Bon Jovi.
No, I think you just want to watch the show if he's in front of Brenda.
He's facing the other way. And 2 monitors, 16 gigs of RAM, and a GeForce graphics card.
That's.
Oh my God, Ted!
That should be that should get you going pretty good, Quebec Homestead.
Sean has a 32-inch monitor.
And I agree with you. Sometimes that can be too small. If you've never used a large monitor for editing, you have no idea what you've been missing. I'm afraid if you started using one, you'd never go back. You going to answer that?
I did.
Oh.
Jay Love, I'm a mother too, and I'm a nana, so I can also see the back of my head, remember?
So anyway, ticker bouncing, yeah, we know because Sherry's doing it, and I'm helping. I'm threading the needle.
You said to do that quite a few times. Yes, Tigger, we are. And a 48-inch TV if needed. I hear you, Geeky Gardens. I have a little tablet back on my desk in my sewing room. Oh my gosh. Number one, my fingers don't fit on the keyboard.
Well, it's a Microsoft Surface. It's been a great little PC.
Yep. Not for using every day though. Oh lordy. If you could only pay for one editing software, would you buy Filmora or PowerDirector or what?
PowerDirector. I buy PowerDirector because if It's very intuitive. It's there's a tremendous amount you can do with it. And if you buy the suite, you not only have the video editing, but you have audio editing, you have photo editing.
Chad loves your running characters.
Oh, so yeah, one of the really big things I like about PowerDirector is it has the ability to sync different video clips by audio. So in other words, if you're recording, and we do this frequently with when Sherry makes a video of her cooking something in the kitchen, we'll have 2 or 3 or more cameras set up. And I can just put all the clips in on top of each other and highlight them all and say, sync it by audio. And it just moves them all together and just makes it work. You're not going to do that with Filmora. There's a lot of softwares that don't have that capability. And then you have to rely on like an old clapboard whenever you're doing a video, and you have to, like start now and have something to key into. Well, you don't have to worry about that with this. I have Filmora let me down in a big way here. We talked about it. Was it last week a little bit? Mm-hmm. Okay, and I told you all I'd let you know I was going to follow up on it. Well, I've been in email conversation with Filmora. Let me I thought I could just go pull it up. Maybe I can't here real quick. I'll try one more time here.
It's not into family.
I'm not into family.
Oh, I was going to say, I know they didn't respond here. You sent it to yours.
Well, that's because I bought it.
Oh, I see. Okay.
All right. So let me show this on the screen here. All right. Dear customer, sorry for the inconvenience may caused, but actually we have no such authorization to license or assign the copyright of the music to users at all, because those kinds of music copyrights were not belong to us at all. That's why they cannot be used in any monetization events. Well, when I bought the software, it was advertised to me, as I understood it, that this is copyright-free music that we are supplying you to use in any of your projects that you have and can be used in any YouTube projects or anything else. And that is not the case. And when I wrote and complained, this is the response I've gotten in very broken English. I'm not at all happy with Wondershare. Filmora. So that's where I'm at with them. And
it's okay if it's for general use, isn't it? Not for monetization type YouTube channels. No. part of it.
Well, yeah. Okay. So if you don't monetize it,
Use it all you want.
and this ought to get your goat a little bit. Okay. Maybe if you don't monetize, and that's fine, and you don't have to. Well, they're not going to come back on you, but that doesn't stop them from grabbing your video and any dollar that it makes behind the scenes. Not only do you not get, they take it all. Because they'll still run ads on your video. There's an awful lot of videos out there that have ads run on them that the video themselves are not monetized by the person that created them. Now, it's not as many today as what it was in the past. I think because there's just so darn many people on YouTube. Mm-hmm. But, okay. So I guess we'll take our butterfly and go fly away here. Want to thank everybody for being here this evening. Want a special thank you to our moderators.
Southern Blessed Home is live.
Okay. Southern Blessed Home is live. If you folks would like to support T Family Homestead, feel free to click that join button down below. We have some different levels that are available, and we are coming up with some new things to bless those folks that have joined Smudge's people. We're going to send you get some surprise gifts from time to time in the mail. I guess is the best way to put it. Wouldn't you say, hon?
Yes.
Yeah. So, thank you to the moderators. Thank you to the members. And I'm glancing down here, and I'm seeing how large is the pot and how deep should I plant it.
You're talking about ginger.
Well, how tall is ginger?
I knew that was coming up.
And generally 6 foot is accepted depth for... No? Never enough time. Just don't use their music. There's
I doubt it, Kiri.
the software. They're a very decent low price software. There's a lot of features there. You can do a lot of things with the software. Just don't use their music. Just don't use their music. YouTube continually adds music. Their audio library is continually getting bigger and bigger and bigger. And there are other sources. There's also some paid sources. I mean, if you're really into it and you're really going on the big end and you want some maybe better sounds, well, Epidemic Sound is one you can get into. There's Audio Hero. Underneath this, there is a link to TubeBuddy. If you don't have TubeBuddy installed, go click that link and download it and install it. And if you would, I mean, we'd appreciate it if you click the link, because we do kind of get a little bit of credit that you saw it here, you got it from us. You don't have to buy anything. It's free. But should you decide to become a paid user, where it does open up some more features, there are some perks in there that are also good. You will have access to a musical library called Audio Hero, which they have a lot of songs. Anyway, download TubeBuddy. Check out Thrive Life. What else? We're just selling everything.
Yep. I already put the link to Southern Blessed Homestead. Tell them Smudge sent you.
Smudge Raid.
Yep.
Okay, everybody have a nice evening. Take care.
Thursday.
We will see you later. Bye-bye.